Swag on the beat.
Swag on the beat. Swag on the beat.
Hello and welcome back to episode 9 of the Swag on the Beat podcast. Episode 9.
Feeling fine.
Very good, very good. An impromptu rhyme required by Isaac, and he delivered very nicely. How are you, sir?
Good. And episode 9, the background is orange.
And I love a door hinge.
Okay.
Isn't that what Eminem rhymed orange with? Door hinge.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I always thought porridge with a little bit of a
Porridge.
porridge.
Okay, that's good. I wanted to just talk seriously. Cut the music, please, Mike.
Oh, okay.
It is actually about that music.
Oh no.
I had a serious thing to bring up, and there's no laughing matter now. No, it is. It is a laughing matter, but
Should he laugh or not? What's he gonna do?
I'm crazy. New Year crazy, Jack. Jack's gone crazy. It's still New Year's hangover. Nah, kidding. Nah. He's gone crazy. No, okay. Mike, you're our producer. I'm looking off camera here, ladies and gentlemen, to our producer, Mike.
Yep.
And you did the intro. Mike did the intro music for our podcast, and more notably now, the music that goes in between segments.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's like an iteration of that initial theme, and it's great. And I'm not putting it down at all. I think it's fantastic. I thought I'm just going to pitch. I just thought of something that could be fun, and I might pitch a potential substitution at least once, and I'm going to pitch it for the end of this segment to be the transition music for that particular segment bridge.
Okay, just a lone transition.
And if we love it, we can keep it. But I want to preface this whole process by saying I love what Mike's done with the production thus far.
Okay.
So Mike is a professional singer.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really sing that much. We play music, blah, blah, blah. I wanted to see if we can do a very short Gregorian chant together. Very short Gregorian chant. And Mike
nice
actually
easy
did
one
it.
for people who don't
No,
sing.
Yeah. Well, it's the first time really that they layered chords together. So the idea of a chord that you play on the guitar or piano, whatever, was first come to fruition in the Gregorian chants.
Okay.
Because it's 3 different tones.
Right. Often sung in a big cathedral with ominous echoes.
With beautiful stained glass windows, much like the room we're in.
You have to take our word for it.
Yeah. So the idea is here, all 3 of us are going to sing a single note, and we're all going to say swag on the beat, okay, in that note.
Okay.
And I want to create a chord.
Okay.
I've got the guitar here if we need note references, but Mike will probably help lead this because he did this at school professionally.
Okay. Oh, are we going to try and just do it blind first try and see if we line it up?
I'll get everyone will get their note,
Okay.
and then you'll memorize your note, and then we'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll go swag on the beat.
Okay. Well,
it'll be a chord.
Are we going to do like bass tenor? I
Yeah,
feel like Mike should do alto or soprano. Or the
Mike's
high ones.
probably got the highest voice. Would you feel any rebuttal to that, Mike?
Yeah, I've got a 3-octave range.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
That sounds
so
good.
he's the lead soprano.
I've got like a quarter of an octave range.
Okay.
I do 2 notes.
Okay. Do you think?
I'll go bass.
Hang on.
When I was in church choir,
Yep.
I was the bass.
Oh, you're the bass?
Yeah.
Okay, done. Well, I'll go middle. I'll be middleman. I'll bridge you
Tenor?
2 guys together. Tenor. Yeah. I'm
Middle.
kind of a
Okay,
tenor.
yeah, okay.
I'm kind of a tenor.
10 out of 10.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. What note can you comfortably hit, Mike?
Well, what like
Like a D?
But is-
can you hit
I
a D?
don't know what that is.
A D. Can you go like this? Great.
Like that?
Yep. Great. Isaac, you'll be a G.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a B. Okay, great. Hold that note in your head silently, and on 4, on the 4 count, we're going to say swag on the beat. Okay, ready?
Can I just ask, when we do it,
Yep.
is that the transition?
This could be the transition.
Okay,
okay.
so
Yeah.
we don't come back after necessarily.
No, we just say swag on the beat.
Unless it goes poorly, then we probably have to continue.
Yeah. Do we only get 1 chance at it,
Yeah, I'm happy to take that risk.
Mike?
Yep.
Okay.
Could I have my
Yep.
note one more time?
Yeah, it is hard to remember. Swag on the beat. So it's gonna be like that.
Okay, ready?
Swag on the beat.
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
No,
the professional
train.
Musically,
sorry. I came in on 3.
Who plays 3/4? Well, it's not a waltz. It's not a waltz. We're not doing a 3/4. Gosh.
Swag on the beat
Oh
and
my
the swag on the beat and the-
God.
Okay.
Pride of Aaron. Okay.
Go again.
You're happy with this?
Okay, let's go. Yep.
1, 2, 3, for
Swag on the beach. Swag on the beach.
Jack,
Yes.
you may have noticed by now
yes,
that there is 5 glasses of a cola-like
God's nectar.
drink
I will say
in front of you.
Yeah.
5 individual glasses. You and I are both pretty avid fizzy drinkers
Yeah, we do. Yep.
in terms of sparkling over still.
Long time fizzy
And
drink fans.
Just, fizzy in general.
We're the opposite of that guy that says no fizzy drink for me today.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder how he's going.
Yeah.
Probably
We'll-
up to day 1,000 by
should
now.
call him up.
Yeah,
See how
true.
he's going. We should do that. We'll do
should
that next time.
Anyway, so, but you in particular are an avid DC fan. You're a
DC.
Diet Coke guy.
DC.
Every time.
My favourite thing is to go to an Indian restaurant and order a butter chicken, and then I can say, "Can I have a BC with a DC?" It's my favourite thing to do.
Nice. And I have been with you on multiple occasions where you've done that.
Yeah. And I go menu, glaze over,
Yeah.
BC, DC.
And I remember saying to you, putting it to you, that Coke Zero and Diet Coke are just the same. They taste exactly the same. And you had the exact same reaction that you're having now, telling me you reckon you can tell the difference between DC and CZ.
Well, there's 5 variants here, so there's more than that. Oh, if there's a Pepsi here, I'll get it straight away.
Interesting. There is a couple of Pepsis in play. I'll tell you.
So you give me full strength sugar, I'm going to freak out if you give me full strength sugar.
There's 5 glasses. We've got
Okay.
Coke, full strength.
Yep.
Coke Zero.
Yep.
Diet Coke.
Yep.
Pepsi.
Pepsi
and Pepsi
Max.
Max.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You,
The big 5.
You're very confident, aren't you?
I
think-
will get the Pepsis without doubt.
I'm interested to see, because you know that there was that Pepsi documentary about the dude who wanted to redeem the points for the plane, and they asked everyone who they interviewed if they to test Coke and Pepsi, and
Yeah.
a lot of the people who worked for Pepsi couldn't tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah, but then, not committed
But
to the
they're chumps.
company.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
you work for a company,
how
you've got to
many
be committed.
how many BCs with a DC have they had? None,
Yeah,
probably.
PMs.
Exactly.
Doesn't even make sense. Albanese's not drinking them. Okay.
Okay, well, all right, let's get into it. So,
Tell me the rules.
so I've
I
got.
don't need to break any.
So there's 5 different glasses here. They're numbered 1 to 5. I think if you've got video capabilities, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, have a look now, because
Yep.
that you can see. I might put up on the screen, or I've got my list here of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what they are. Maybe I'll put up on the screen which one is which, so people can follow. But
Okay.
also, I'm going to get Mike to dub a bit of audio afterwards where I explain which one you're drinking, and then so the audience knows, but Jack's not going to hear.
Yep. You got a jar of coffee beans for me as well?
No.
Okay, raw.
Yeah, raw.
Okay.
Yeah, that's cheating.
Didn't need it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
just thought-
I looked on the official website, and the rules are no coffee
Okay.
beans.
Okay.
Which I did sidebar, but I did see you do that the other day, which was when you had your girlfriend had given you lunch to have at my house, and it was like a chicken pasta or something. And
Yeah,
and I
that's
was like,
right.
oh man, that looks delicious. And you said it was so good that 5 minutes later, I saw you sniffing coffee beans to refresh your palate so you could enjoy the second half of the lunch. You remember doing that?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It must have
Yeah.
been a delicious meal. I'll overdub the audio so the audience knows, but let's try.
Sip away.
Sip glass number 1. Cola number 1.
Okay. It's nice and cold.
Number 1 is Coke Zero.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, that's yum.
That's a Coke. That's some iteration of Coke. Number 2.
Number 2 is Pepsi.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna fall victim to this.
Not so
test.
sure of yourself
Not so
now.
sure. Hang
Okay,
on.
glass number 3.
That's number 3.
Number 3 is the Diet Coke.
Coke for sure. Definitely a Coke brand. 1 and 3 are definitely Cokes. 2, iffy on.
Glass number 4. Number 4 is Coke, full shug.
2 and 4 very similar. This is a prank. Are they all one? Are they all one type?
Do they all taste the same to you?
Is this what you've done? I'm getting inklings of very same.
Do they all taste the same? Final glass, getting drunk. Number 5, Pepsi Max. What are your thoughts?
My thought.
Went back in for number 1.
Okay, this is a Pepsi.
So what are you pointing to number 5?
Number 5 is a Pepsi.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this? Are you finally guessing now? So
Oh yeah.
what are you saying? Is it Pepsi or Pepsi Max?
Number 2 and number 5 are the Pepsis. Unless you've done all the same, and I'm just like trying to placebo my brain. If you've played genuine, which I hope you have.
I'm telling you, it's genuine. They're 5 different colas.
2 and 5 are Pepsi.
Okay.
Number 5 is full strength. Number 2 is Pepsi Max.
I'm not going to reveal until you've
Sure.
guessed all of them.
Okay. So I'm down to 1, 3, and 4.
So I think you have to try and guess the DC out of the bunch is your main challenge, because you reckon you can pick it out from the Coke Zero, let alone Pepsi's and full sugar Coke. So I reckon your main challenge is to pick out the DC. Sub challenge is to get all 5 of them. What are your thoughts after going number 1 just there?
That's full strength Coke. Number 2,
You can't stop trying to gauge my reactions to what you're
I
saying.
should look at Michael.
I'm waiting for your final guess.
full strength Coke. Number 1, that's a Diet Coke. That's a Diet Coke. That's a Diet Coke, and that's a Coke Zero.
Final answer?
Yep.
Locked
done.
in?
Yep.
You've got the Diet Coke.
Yes.
You got the DC.
Yeah, okay,
You picked it
okay.
out of the bunch.
Yep.
You swapped Coke Zero and Coke. Oh. That's full shug.
Wow.
Number 1.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. Number 4 is full shug
Yep,
that you said
yep.
was Coke Zero, and
Yep.
this is Coke Zero. that you
Okay,
said
and
was
then these are correct.
And no, you swapped the Pepsi's round.
Okay. So yeah,
I'm pretty. Wait, you said this was Pepsi
Full-
Max.
I said that was Pepsi.
Oh, you said that was Pepsi, and that was Pepsi Max.
You had 5 was Pepsi and 2
Yeah,
was
no,
Pepsi
you
Max.
swapped Pepsi and Pepsi Max.
I'm not. I
So-
don't claim to be a Pepsi veteran, but I get the DCs.
Okay, that's pretty. Yeah, that's pretty good. You got
Thank
the
you.
DC.
Yeah.
Your sugar perceptors.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with those.
That's the scientific word, the perceptor.
Yeah, because you've swapped out both zero sugar versions with
Yeah.
Pepsi and Coke Zero, so that's
That
interesting.
shows
to
you
note.
how good it is. But there's something about the
Wow.
nectar of a DC.
Can you explain how the DC tastes different to the other 2 Cokes there?
It's lighter. It's a lighter taste.
That-
That's why I like
that is
it.
what they
Because
say.
it's like, oh, having a soft drink feel heavy. DC, you're not heavy.
Wow, caffeine though.
I have a tradition when I drink it at home, or if I'm having dinner with a sibling or something. You first sip, and then you raise the glass. And you raise the glass. You go, yeah.
How good's this?
You go, yep,
How
and
good's
then
the
you
DC?
continue.
Yeah,
Yep.
the DC raise. Well, I mean, so it tastes lighter.
That's how I would describe it. But
Okay.
it's like describe air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm light. Yeah.
Yeah, very
much
light.
like DC.
You
Well,
know,
well done.
yeah.
I
Thank
think
you. Is that a pass?
you do know your DCs. You picked it out from the crowd.
Thank you.
I take
Yeah.
it all back.
Yeah.
Well done.
I
Although
never lie.
there was a minute there where you thought they all tasted the
Well,
same,
because I was
which is
looking,
interesting.
I was looking at you, because you got your little cheat sheet there, which you need, and I don't. But then I could see Mike also laughing, and I was getting through them, and I was like,
I was giggling to try and throw you.
I think there's a little bit of cahoots going on here. Because when you were pouring the drinks, and you were telling me to stand and look the other
Yes.
way. I said something, and then you all. Why'd you laugh so much when I? Because you're like, listen to this. Which one's this? And you opened it. And
yeah.
I was going just off sound, and you
Yeah.
said, I said, oh, that's definitely a small can.
Yeah, and it was a Pepsi big can that literally says big can in big letters on the
Really?
top. That's why that was so funny. But no, it did cross my mind that I should make them all the same, which I thought would be funny.
I thought that was
But
in your wheelhouse and
that-
would be in Mike's wheelhouse too.
That's why I was giggling to try and throw you off the scent, but you got back to the scent yourself,
Yeah,
and then I
okay.
also told you. But that is
Yes.
interesting that I think that's part of the placebos, that if I told you they were all the same thing, you probably would have believed that. That's how similar they all taste.
That free will doesn't exist. Humans can be convinced of anything.
Exactly. That's what the final take from this segment. What's your bin night, Jack?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Well, it was Monday morning, but goes out Sunday.
Yeah, bin night, I guess.
Yeah, bin
You
night.
refer to the night
Not
that they go out.
bin morning.
Red sky morning.
Blue bin
Garbage
sky morning.
man's morning.
Oh yeah, that's
well,
good.
my bin night's Monday. I'm a Monday night man.
Monday, yep.
It's actually a conversation starter that I learned from Glenn Robbins
Oh yeah.
on the golf course. He
Our
said,
friend.
Our friend Glenn Robbins.
Yes.
Friend of the people on the show. Hasn't been on the show yet.
Friend
but-
of yes.
Yeah, friend of us.
Friend of everyone, really.
But yeah, he gave me a good tip. He was like, just out of
What
nowhere.
for romantic conversations?
No,
like
just a
flirting,
conversation
or-
starter with anyone. He said, if you want to get the conversation started on a casual note,
Yeah.
and a question that everyone has an answer to, just go up to him and say, hey, what's your bin night, mate?
And then where does it go from there?
I don't know. He said something hilarious after. So maybe that has more
Maybe
to do
that's
with
the difference. Yeah.
the starter than the
Wow.
startee.
Well, my answer is Sunday night, Monday morning.
Yes. Well, good answer.
Thank you.
That's what that's
Conversation's
one of the
going great.
acceptable responses.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, bin night. Bins can be a bit of a nightmare if you got a full bin. Got a
Sure.
recycling. I feel like it's always full because it's fortnightly.
Yep.
Got to get
Eco
in. And,
warriors.
got to get in and do the big double romper stomper. Get on top and
Yep.
smack it down.
Yep. Russell Crowe style.
Yeah, exactly. I was over at my dad's house the other day, and his bins were out, and they've actually moved to the bigger garbage bin,
Oh yeah.
the double size, but it only gets taken once a fortnight.
Yep.
So is that you're in a similar area?
Likewise.
Is it the same?
Yep,
right.
yep,
Okay.
likewise.
Well, do you feel like you have more. Is it double the size? Because our garbage bins in Australia are quite small.
Well, we never had the small one.
Oh, you never had.
We've
small.
always
Oh, so you've
gone
just
big
been cut
and then-
50%.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's tough. It's rough. Yeah.
It's rough out there.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
That's what I was saying to Dad. I was saying, man, like garbage once a fortnight. That's pretty infrequent.
Yep.
And he was saying, he said yes, but I've actually got a bit of a good way around it.
Okay.
And so Dad, he wakes up pretty early to go to work. And so he's up when the garbos are coming around, emptying the bins.
Right.
And so what he'll do is he'll wait for the truck to empty his rubbish.
Wow.
And then he'll fill it back up, walk it over the other side of the road. And then when
Wow.
the truck comes back on the other side of the
That's
road, he
great.
picks up another load.
That's really
So
good.
he gets twice as many bin loads.
Wait, so he's got just all these garbage bags.
Yeah,
in the
well, he
garage
says he
or something?
frequently has like building materials from the job site
yeah.
that he'll just keep in the garage, and then all garbage bags that are just overflowed next to the bin.
Right.
And then he'll just load it back up and take it across the street.
An example I think of maybe for some people that aren't morning owls and they're more night owls is everyone's put their bins out late and it's maybe midnight or 1 o'clock and you've got excess. Just go for a walk with your garbage bags that are overflowing and if other people want to have them.
I frequently have to do that with
Yeah.
recycling, especially. But apparently, because it's fortnightly garbage now, all the garbage bins are always full to the brim.
Yeah. It's
So
pretty brum.
It's pretty brum out there.
Yeah.
But I think I just love those kind of little system hacks. Those like
A great hack.
victimless hacking of the system. You know, a victimless crime.
Right.
I mean, it might have something to do with my dad just wanting to get one up on the council at any opportunity.
But I would say that being cunning runs in the Gibbons blood, I would say.
Yeah.
You would hold a lot of those traits
I think
as well.
He's definitely passed it on to me because it reminded me of something I did when I was 12. We were going on my first big long flight
Oh, yeah.
on a plane. We were going to Greece, back to the motherland.
Wow, that's nice.
Back to my mother's land.
Yeah.
actually.
Christos Aresti to you. and Kadimeta.
Oh, that's so offensive to me right now. But no, we were on the flight and it was quite an empty flight, which at the time,
Well, that's what happens when you get a private jet
yeah, exactly.
with the Gibbonses.
Yeah, the Greek blood money that we've got. No, it was an empty flight, and I was 12 at the time. I was just excited to be on a flight, so none of that long flight anxiety was there. I was just happy to be there, and the flight was empty. I was like, how good's this? You can just, I don't know what everyone's complaining about with the
feet
flight.
up. Thank you.
Yeah, but so they started coming around with dinner. It was our second meal. So first meal was lunch, second meal was dinner.
Yep.
I'm 12 years old, smash it
It's
down.
got you all over it, yeah.
And this is like 12
Gorging.
years ago, so before they started making airplane food decent.
Yeah,
so
right,
it was
right,
like
right.
probably sloppy sausages and
Sure,
eggs and
sure,
rice
sure.
or something. But I was like, this is the best free food. Bam, smash it down. And then I looked over the other side and the other lane, like the cart, people pushing the cart down the other lane, the hostesses hadn't gone as far down yet. And I saw an empty seat over the other side.
Yep.
And I went over to the other side of the plane
Yep.
and got another dinner from the hostesses coming down.
That is as happy as you get.
It was the
You don't
best,
get any
It was
happier
the
than
best
that.
day of my life.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
I finished that, and Dad saw me, and he's like, you can just ask for, more food. And I'm like, oh, yeah, good one, Dad. Yeah, I can just get more free food. He
Yeah.
goes, no, you can just ask
Yeah, yeah.
whatever you want.
That's fine.
And drinks as well. And I said, you're joking me. And then so I reckon I drank about 16 ginger beers and 30
Wow.
packets of peanuts that flight. I was just like, I would just smack one by
Yeah.
one. Hey, can I have another ginger beer? After 3 or 4, the lady was just like, hey, do you want me to just bring you a pile of ginger beers and peanuts? She was sick of me clicking the button up
Wow,
to serve me. And
that's
I was
so
like, yeah,
good.
absolutely.
Swag on the beat.
Isaac, I just wanted to come in here and do a very quick questionnaire for you.
Okay.
Are you willing to give one-word answers only?
Yes.
It's about 5 questions.
Oh, does that start now? The 1-word answers?
Yes.
Give me one warm-up question and I can get some words out.
Are you ready to start this questionnaire?
Yes, and I'm willing to give 1-word answers from henceforth.
Fantastic. Question run.
Question
One.
walk.
We're not gout yet. Come on.
Well, yeah.
Walk before you gout. Which is like the fastest run of all time.
That is.
We'll talk about him later, maybe.
Yep.
Sorry.
Question one. Do you ever get sore muscles?
Yes. Frequently.
Do you ever get massages?
Almost never.
Okay.
Almost hyphen never.
Okay, yeah, play it. Are you aware of the different types of massages?
Somewhat.
So, okay.
Remedial, deep tissue. Yeah,
Mhm.
sort of. I don't really know what the difference is.
Now, it's a bit more personal.
Mhm.
Please flag if you don't want to go any further.
Okay. Continue.
Okay. Are you aware that there are versions of massages that can become more explicit?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Again, you can opt out at any stage because this is a voluntary questionnaire, and I
Okay.
would never do anything
All
to
right, I'm
force
out.
upon you. Okay,
I'm
great.
calling it.
Well, great. Okay. Well, let's just take 15 minutes,
Yeah.
and then we're back. Okay.
Okay.
Are you aware of the protocol of the more explicit versions of these massages? You can use more than one word.
No.
Okay.
Is that I only want to use one word now.
Okay.
I'm not aware.
Interesting.
I can use my imagination.
Well,
No.
here's what happened to me because I have had my second massage now.
An explicit one or no?
Well, hang on.
Okay, sorry.
Hang on. Everyone's just jumping to conclusions here. I just saw. I had sore back
Mike's
and
lost
sore
it.
neck, and that's it, right?
Those are the only two
That was
regions?
the entirety.
Okay.
Okay, so I go and get a massage. First massage, great. You know, they say, okay, like get on the bed, whatever, lie down.
Take your
That
undies
was
off.
fine.
I know.
So I do that.
Yep.
Get through the whole massage, totally normal. There goes the hour.
Yep.
You get up, you pay, you leave.
Yep.
Second massage, it's all going well.
Same place.
Same place.
Mm-hmm.
Different person, I believe. Same place. Different person, though.
Yes.
But a different person.
Mm-hmm.
This time, we get to the end of the massage, right? For what I thought was an hour. And then the thing about these places is they speak very quietly because it's a calm place.
Yes.
So they leant right up into my ear.
Mhm.
And I'm face down in the massage bed with the hole in the
I'm
bottom.
well aware, yeah.
And they go right up to my ear and they go, turn over, please. And I've gone, and I pretend I didn't hear. I go, sorry? Like nervous. And they go,
No English.
well, I can't say that. Obviously, I speak English.
Well, that's what you could have said.
I couldn't have said that.
It's a one-way ticket out of there.
Yeah, fair enough.
No, go on.
I didn't say that. But then they go, turn over, please. And I go, sorry, for which one? Like, I'm like, what's going on?
Gibberish.
Because I'm thinking, I've had I'm happy with this.
Yeah.
I don't need anything else. Why would I turn over?
Oh, you need the shoulders again? No, the shoulders are sweet.
The shoulders are on the back of my back, not on the front. What's going on the
Front
front?
of my back.
Anyway, and then just the insistent turn over, please, kept happening. And I was like, okay, Jack, you've got two options here. You can roll off the table and squirm away in your undies off into the night or whatever time it was.
Yeah.
Or you turn over and if something silly happens or begins to start happening, you can essentially abort there.
Yeah, I memean, there might be other forces at play if that option
I was
B.
not feeling very forces at that point.
Okay.
I was, anyway, so turn over. Okay, I'm like, okay, it's turn over.
Mm-hmm.
Close my eyes, don't want to be any part of this.
So you did, you turned over.
I turn, well, they asked me to turn over 3 times.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yep.
They start massaging
Head and
my
south.
thighs,
Yep.
the top of my thighs. And I'm like,
They're going
okay,
on
this
an
is
expedition.
fine. This is fine. Anyway, it was like this really weird, like final 2.5 minutes of the session, and it was
bad.
just this upper thigh thing. And then she's like, "Okay, great, we're done." And I was
Oh.
like, "Thank God," because I was just looking for a rub and rub, nothing else. And I just walked out of that. I said, "Thank you so much for your service," and I bid you farewell. Both two very
Adieu.
respectful people that are behind the counter. I'm a respectful man too. Thank you so much for
Okay.
abiding by that. So just for anyone out there, just know
It's
that
not,
I still don't know what the protocol is really, but things like that can happen and it's okay to be nervous.
not always. So do you think that...
I think it's okay.
I agree.
Would
I'm,
you?
I'm nervous
I guess
thinking
my
about
question would be: Mike seems to laugh a lot because maybe he knows a little bit more
maybe
than
you
I
know
do.
it all too
but
well, Mr.
I
Mike.
don't. Hang on, I don't have the answers. Do either of you have the answers on when to get more or less nervous?
I don't know. I think Mike looks like... I'm not going to give you a chance to respond, but he looks like he gets them all the time. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I've never had a massage.
Yeah,
I've
and you're not
really
turning your mind
never
off.
had a
Well, for the
massage.
record, anyone listening who is in the same boat as Mike, and maybe you by the sounds of things,
Yeah.
they're really good.
Yeah.
They're really
Yeah.
good, underrated,
Yeah.
really, really good. Isaac, it's time for everyone's favourite.
Is it still a big world, or have we gone too far? Well, we're gonna test that theory today. Two random people try to find a mutual. Two random people try to find a mutual.
Oh, beautiful.
Got it again,
Got it
man. I
again
know.
every
Well
single
done.
time. Yeah, and don't watch the video version of that because I definitely am singing it in the time. We're both singing it, actually.
Yeah.
We've got 2 new contestants.
I'm
We have
very
a
excited.
lot of people, so many people are writing in to be a part of this.
Yep.
We've had our 2 finalists who want to be a part of it today. So why don't we get straight into it?
Yep.
Our first contestant is...
Well, I think before we get into it, we've got a few little updates.
Oh, yeah, a few
that we're
updates.
gonna-
We had some discussions after the game
Yes.
last time.
Yes, I think what we needed to do was hear from each person before, so
Yep.
we kind of get to know their voice, and
Yep.
then we can sort of understand them a bit
Yes.
better when they're talking to each other.
Yep.
And also, we thought 30 seconds was
so
it
fast.
went by very fast.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
went by in half a minute.
Yeah.
So we're thinking,
exactly.
So
Exactly
we're
that
thinking
amount, yeah.
we're going to give them 60 seconds.
Great.
And because we felt like we were maybe starting to get somewhere at 30 seconds, and hopefully this extra
Yeah.
time. I mean,
Well, we
hopefully
believe in the idea of a big world, so we
Yeah.
really want to test
We
it.
wanna-
We're doubling the length now.
Yeah, we want to give them a fair amount of time.
Okay, we have Keely on the line. Let's
Our first
bring her
contestant.
in, our first contestant, and learn a little bit about Keely.
Hello,
Hello.
Keely.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hello, how are we?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you so much for playing, and also happy birthday.
Oh,
Thank
You
you.
said that in DM, so I
pretty
thought I'd give a podcast shout out for
well,
your birthday.
hopefully when you blew out the candles, you wished to not have a connection with this person on Big World. And
I just wish to not know anyone ever. Yeah.
fair
Okay,
enough,
and,
good wish.
whereabouts are you from, Keely?
I'm from Brisbane, but I live in Melbourne now.
Okay,
okay,
interesting. That's
that
pretty
is
covers
interesting.
a fair bit of the east coast of
Yeah,
Australia.
large populations there.
That's good. Thanks so much, Keely. We're going to talk to your challenger.
Yes. Oh,
And-
quickly, but do you have any initial tactics that you're going to sort of bring into the game, Keely, after hearing last week's?
Hold the line.
Hold the line
and
for
we're going to
us.
speak to your challenger, and then we'll get you back on in a second.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Talk soon.
Now moving to our second contestant, Angus. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
G'day, Angus. How you going?
Good boys. How are you?
Thank you so much for being part of it. We've spoken to your contestant. They sound really good. They sound like they know a lot of people.
Yeah.
How are you feeling? Have you got any initial tactics maybe that you're going to employ?
I reckon I'll let him or her ask all the questions.
Okay.
And if I recognise anything, I'll yell out, I reckon.
Fancy yourself
Otherwise,
a
we'll
good
just be,
listener.
yeah,
Nice.
don't want
Good.
to butt heads.
Yeah, great.
Good
Smart.
tactic.
That's that. We had a lot of that last time when we
Yeah,
did it the first
yeah.
time. And also, just to reiterate, it is 60 seconds now.
Yep.
So you have a bit more time to do what you have double the amount of time
Yeah.
to do whatever you need to do.
So that's a smart taking a back seat and listening. And just before we join you, where are you from, Angus?
I'm from Melbourne, eastern suburbs in Melbourne.
Okay.
Good to know. Well, okay, I think we're ready to introduce both contestants, so we'll pull them both in now.
Okay.
Are you guys ready to play?
The ball is in play. You both only know each other's first names.
Okay, yep.
You have 60 seconds to see if you have any connection to each other. And your time starts now.
All right, Keely, where are you from?
I'm from Brisbane. I live in Melbourne now.
Brisbane. Okay.
Have you ever been there?
I've never been to Brisbane, no.
Okay, good. What do you do for work?
I'm a uni student. I go to Deakin and I work part-time for a furniture company.
Okay.
Whereabouts in Melbourne do you live?
I'm in Brighton.
Brighton. Okay. Can I just start saying names? Do you know who do I know from Brighton?
Where'd
Sophie
you go to
McCall.
school?
I went to school to Carey Grammar in Kew.
Yeah, okay. Do you have any connections with like any footy clubs? Do you support a footy club?
Collingwood,
Oh, I'm West Coast. So
West Coast. Do you know Campbell Chester?
I do know Campbell Chester.
I know of him through mutual friends. He went to Melbourne Grammar. I've never met him, but I know of him.
I also know of him.
Okay, that's something.
Okay, so we're going. Okay.
What about Andrew Gaff? I know.
Time up.
I know Andrew.
Time up. Wow. Okay.
fuck.
Okay. We have a lot
That was
to...
a train wreck.
That was great. No, that was really
That's
good.
well done,
You were
mate.
slow moving at the start, and you just like go. Let's go for a name
The
straight away.
composure.
Yeah. Let's go. So
He
run us.
did just throw out like a footy player's name.
Wait. So
Yeah.
who is this person?
Campbell Chester, he's a
Campbell
young West
Chester.
Coast player.
He's a footy player
Yeah.
for West Coast. And I think that this is a little bit contentious
Oh.
because you guys both
Yeah.
know of him, but neither
I
of
have
you
met him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you,
I'm-
Angus?
yeah.
Have you met him?
I've definitely been in the same room as him multiple times.
That's
Oh,
me.
events
what?
and stuff.
That,
But he wouldn't know if he saw me. I don't think he would
but he
go
would know a
that
lot of
angle.
people.
But I'm friends with a lot of people that he would be friends with.
It-
I think.
That is a
It's a-
connection. That is a connection.
Yeah.
I feel like
But,
this counts.
but I think if we're allowing people who know of famous or well-known people and have maybe been at events where they've been at, that makes it too easy. I think that defies the spirit of the big world. Because
Yeah, we were clutching at straws, I think.
I think what we can learn from that is just, even though, like, yes, you both are aware of the same sports people, but I think due to the fact that
so this person is a known sports player.
Also been in the same room, and
so I'm going to say still a big world.
You guys, do you concur with that, guys?
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, you were
so close.
You
It
were
felt
in the
so
area.
close.
You were
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
far
I had
from
no
each other.
idea.
Well, here's a tester.
Yeah.
Do you know who the player is? Do you know that name?
I know the name.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that I would say that's enough notoriety to make it
Could
not
you pick him out of a
genuine
lineup?
connection, maybe?
I think so.
Okay, it's like more like pulling someone who's famous.
Yeah, I think so. Like if we've both been to a basketball game and seen LeBron James 5 meters away,
Right. Okay.
and he doesn't know who either of us are.
Right. That's. I think that's as close as we're ever going to get to small world, big world face off. So,
Well, I think that's as close as we'll get without getting. I think
getting
we
it.
can get closer. I think we can get people who actually
Yeah.
like they were in the same area. I think it's possible.
yeah, without having to say small world.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
as close as we'll get.
Yes.
But guys, thank you so
Right,
much
I
for
see.
playing. Thank you
Medium
so much
world.
No
for playing.
worries.
Yeah,
Thank
medium world.
Medium world.
That's the new category. You fit a new category, guys. Hey, thanks so much for playing.
Thanks,
Really
guys.
appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Much love. Peace.
Unlucky, Angus.
All right. See ya. Yeah. Next time.
Okay. Yeah.